everybody.
My goodness, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you know, there was a little mini episode last week, so it's like we never left.
You're right. We never went anywhere. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, we live here, so I mean, we just stay here.
We do.
We didn't go anywhere.
Nope. Living in the heat.
Yeah, it's like nice and like kind of balmy outside, and in here it's probably about 90 degrees.
The little tsetse flies.
You know
Giving
what?
us malaria.
It's like we're living in the Texas desert from the first movie.
From the first film. Oh,
not the
not this
Texas
one.
suburb of the second film, which is what we're discussing today. Today we're discussing Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, and there's gonna be some surprises. We're going to do a little new segment that we call Cookin' with the CULTSHOW.
Ooh. Exciting. We can't wait to get there.
But first, a word from our sponsors. We don't have those.
We don't have those yet.
No.
How about a word from people who have filled our cups with drink?
Okay. I've got Liquid Death. Delicious.
Liquid Death.
That's like squeezing my sweatband after a hard workout. Liquid Death.
Tastes just the same.
Tastes the same, yeah. Yum.
Ew.
Caleb, what did we decide to do?
Not your sweatband. We've got a little whiskey substitute, a little not whiskey, and some going out on a limb here. I've got some Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Also, ew.
We'll see how that goes.
It's what we had. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. You know
Producer
what?
Scott's drinking a beer.
We were so busy getting ready for Cookin' with Colt that some people didn't have their beverage game together.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hardcore. So.
Cheers, everybody.
You know what? Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
Cheers, friends.
Great.
All right. Tommy has got a Diet Pepsi Zero Sugar. That is very smart of you.
Some people are like Coke people and they won't touch Pepsi, and some people are like Pepsi people and they won't touch Coke. And I saw this meme once that said, like, you know, like you're at a restaurant and like the server says, "Oh, is Pepsi okay? Is fake money okay?"
I like how you whisper, like, I'm talking about Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi. I'm indifferent. I like. We both have the same one. No sugar, so like a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
With cherry. That's our jam.
That's the go-to.
And what do we call it? Taste buds.
Taste buds. Clink.
Clink.
So I guess who's joining us, Caleb? Do you know?
You too. You're so cute. I love you guys. It's good to be back.
We love you.
So in the studio, we've got Space Face Macy, who is spicy tonight, apparently.
Salty. Let's say salty.
Sorry, salty, not spicy.
No.
I'm used to Neil being spicy. See, fuck it. And the Reverend Michael B. And then
here.
in chat, we have got TM, Mark Vision's Truth.
Drinking peach iced tea, I see.
Ooh.
Love peach iced tea.
Miss Movie Buff Laura.
Hey.
We've got the TOWD Todd.
Todd.
We've got Pismo Mark.
Gizmo.
And we've got Tommy.
Tommy.
And then I guess I have to say this. Last time around, I forgot Mindy, and then we had all these problems, and then I never went back and said, hey, Mindy is here. So Mindy's here.
Yay!
So we're going to say Mindy squared.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I did forget you
Furbaka?
initially, but then we had problems.
And Furbaka is here. I'm also hearing we have Furbaka.
Rebecca in the house.
Yeah.
Todd's drinking a whiskey sour.
Nice, nice.
Laura's got water. Good imagination on that one, Laura.
I have water too, Laura. It's just Liquid Death water, which is like the best water.
I don't like it, Todd. The curse of Mindy.
The curse of Mindy. Let's talk about what we've watched and what we've been up to.
What have you been up to the last 2 weeks? What have we done?
Oh, Dan, we've done a lot.
I haven't seen you in 2 weeks almost, so what have you done?
No, that's not true. I saw you in
Almost.
less than 2 weeks.
Almost.
You're being dramatic.
I'm being dramatic. I'm being salty spicy.
You are. You're being something else. I finally finished American Horror Stories.
Oh,
I
great.
loved it so freaking much.
Yeah,
So
it's
did
good.
producer Scott, and you liked it too.
I thought episode 1, 2, and the last one were the best.
Those are your favorites?
Yeah.
The ones about Scarlet and the
The
family
murder house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those are the best.
I have a hard time picking my favorite. I really liked all of them. There wasn't any that I dislike. I really liked the fertility one.
Okay.
Because there was some
the witchiness.
There was some witchiness up in there. I like the national park one.
That was pretty good.
The drive-through
Yeah, the
one with
the drive-in.
Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I was freaking out. I was so happy to see her. There's just so many. Also, our friends, the holy ghost. I don't know what you call them. What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yes.
Season 3 is back.
Oh, yes. Thank
God. Life isn't really worth living if that show is not on producing new episodes for us. And a lot of people think that so far season 3 is the funniest.
Oh, only 2
Yeah.
episodes in.
Yeah, well, 3 now.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to watch the third one yet.
But like
Okay.
early reviews are like, it's the funniest season. And we just love them, and I miss them so much. I miss them so much. What else? And that was not exciting. And it wasn't exciting. Oh, I went to one day of Bottle Rock. I went to Sunday of Bottle Rock for our neighbors in Napa County. Couple of good things. First of all, I love concerts. I love going to see live music, and I missed it a lot. You had to either have your vaccination card or have a COVID test within the last 72 hours. So I thought that was cool. Everybody seemed to not have a problem with that. That was easy. And I wore my mask the whole time. And I also just kind of stayed on the peripheries.
Okay.
But some of my favorites I saw were Black Pumas. Foo Fighters. Hello.
I was about to come over this.
Caleb's boyfriend's the Foo Fighters. They missed him. They wished that he was there. Megan Thee Stallion, who I love.
Right.
And what's his name, who I love? Producer Scott. I love him. I can't think of his name.
Me?
John. No. What's his name?
I don't know.
Shoot, I'll look it up. Talk
sure it
amongst
wasn't me?
yourselves. No, it wasn't you. You weren't there.
Oh.
But it was a lot of fun.
I wasn't invited.
No,
I
know.
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My friend had tickets.
I'd be a little
and
upset
we
too.
went.
Although I'm still not sure if I would have went though. You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little weird to be out there, but I just,
no, I would have went. You know,
I
the Foo
just, I took
Fighters were there,
precautions. Yeah.
But you seen the Foo Fighters in a smaller venue before.
I have.
And
yeah.
you did the one in Napa at the Uptown, right?
Dave was there. He was just introducing a documentary he had made.
Oh, okay.
They weren't actually playing.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I've been about as close to Dave as I am to you.
I feel very
Wow.
embarrassed. John Batiste. That's
okay.
I adore him, and he was like so amazing live, and I was like, oh my god, I'd see you a million times. But yeah, my friend and I, we wore our masks, we stuck around, just kind of haunted the
Okay.
the periphery.
The peripheral of,
Yeah.
of the fairgrounds. Where was it?
It's at the Napa Fairgrounds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was nice to be back seeing live music though.
Did you see a Rebob? Napa County.
You know what? I think I saw a Rebob, but it was dressed as a hipster.
Oh, yes.
It was like a little hipster Rebob. It had a little banjo, and I did like a
And it had
double
the
take.
hoodie. It had the beanie.
Yes. it had
Oh,
a beanie.
yes. I could see that.
Yeah, and it had a monocle and
A monocle.
and a mustache, and I did like a double take, and I'm like, is that a Rebob or is that hipster? Is that a Rebob? Is that a hipster?
And then it was gone.
And it was gone.
And it was gone.
Yeah. So I think they were there, but they were, in disguise.
Yeah, you came that close.
Could have reached down and touched
I
one.
know. You're like reaching for your phone to like take a picture.
Rebob.
of it.
Yeah.
Neil's gonna want a picture. The Cult Show's gonna want a picture.
If
and then
you
it was
don't
gone.
know what a Rebob is, you should Google it. But here at the Cult Show, we're out to catch us a
I'm
Rebob.
gonna get us a Rebob.
We're gonna bag us a Rebob.
Yes.
What about you, Caleb? What have you been doing with
You know, I really have not been watching a lot lately. I did go back and watch the movies It and It Chapter 2, just because it'd been a while since I'd seen them.
So the remakes, well, the reboots or whatever.
The newer ones. Yeah, not the TV show.
Got you.
I've been doing a lot of reading. One of the reasons why I did a whole bunch of reading is because I was back on the genre junkies again.
What?
So we finished the N.K. Jemison's Broken Earth trilogy, and it was a long episode, but it was a lot of fun.
It's a lot to unpack those
So
books.
much
Oh
fun.
my God. It's like, and when you talk about them, it's like a therapy session. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Right?
But
Yeah.
it was so much fun to have you back on the show again.
We had a really good time.
Caleb's super good at talking about books. He's super good at it. Movies, not so much. But
I know a movie like I hate it. I like all the bad ones, and I hate all the
it's
good
not
ones.
the Postman. If it was a little more Postman.
We need a little more Postman up in here. Let's get some Postman.
Or the Postman in all this film.
So
Yes, you did that.
Yeah, and then I also started reading End of Watch by Stephen King. Not realizing that that's a trilogy.
It is.
And I have not read the first two books.
No.
I've never read Mr. Mercedes or
Oh my
Finders
God.
Keepers.
So did you stop?
No, I just kept going.
No, it's
Like
so
everything was already pretty much spoiled, so I just hey, fuck it, let's
Oh,
go.
you should go back because it's a great trilogy of
Well, who
books.
says that I won't? But
I hope you do because the Detective Hodges trilogy I really loved. Really loved it.
so that was one of the ones I got at the library that was sitting on my counter, and I couldn't start reading because I was reading the books we were talking
It was
about.
like, pick me, pick me.
So that's all I got.
Cool.
Neil.
The episode of you guys was great, by the way. Another fantastical,
Thank you.
phantasmagorical episode of Genre Junkies with
Phantasmagorical.
Caleb, Sandra, and of course Scott. It was wonderful. Yeah, good job, guys. You guys were like saying all these names that were like, and apparently in this book there's a lot of species and names of people that are like all these words.
It's very different.
We
It's
don't
very
have,
different.
so
Yeah.
it's like you're like you know.
We're just rattling them off.
Going them on. I'm like
Blah, blah, blah.
trying to keep track of what you're saying and going through, but I got it though. You guys did it. So
Hey.
nice job.
Thank you.
You
You
should
all-
listen to the audiobooks maybe one day.
Maybe one day, but again, if I listen to those, then I won't ever listen to the podcast. It's kind of like you guys are more important to me than audiobooks.
Excuses.
So,
I would almost
Right.
I would almost rather Neil read a book than
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what?
Stay tuned.
Caleb, you might just get your wish very soon.
I'm going back to grammar school, baby. I'm gonna learn.
yes.
I'm gonna learn me to read.
Rolled.
Okay,
How about you?
I watched real quick the movie The Hunt.
Yes, I love that movie.
Right? The
Yeah.
one
Oh,
that
the,
went
the Universal
right before the
one
panty that came
right.
out. Yeah,
Good movie.
It was really fun.
Yeah,
great
really
time.
super fun
Yeah.
movie.
I really enjoyed it. I
Absolutely.
made my wife watch it. She
liked it?
fought me at first. I didn't see much of a peep out of her the entire time. I think it wasn't quite her jam.
Close though, right? I mean, it's good.
No, I don't think she
No.
knew what was going on. Like, I mean, in regards to like, she's like, okay, he's making me watch a movie, so it's gonna be violent. I'm not gonna like it. But then I'm like, are you seeing it? This is funny. It's like the
satire.
right and it's the left, and it's
Yeah.
like it's just both of them are shitty, and it's like
Yeah.
this whole thing. It's just this
It's
is
great.
funny and it's great. She was kind of like just sitting like, it's all right.
Do you think
So,
she went in with like, I'm not gonna like this movie attitude?
It's possible, yeah.
I love her so much, but I'm sad.
I know. Anything that I make her watch, usually it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The Hunt, I really enjoyed it.
It's
I
a fun
finally got
movie.
to watch it. Great film. It was a lot of fun. Did you guys hear about ABBA? I'm sure you did. ABBA reuniting.
It came
after
together.
40 years.
We did. Macy
Yeah.
is very. Do you know Macy?
Macy, ABBA?
Macy is
All
a
right,
huge
Macy.
ABBA fan.
Yes, I was like
Exciting.
in my bed I guess it was last week, and I was going through my iPad, and then all of a sudden like ABBA reunite, the new music and the behind
Is
the
that when you were
scenes.
sending us like ABBA videos?
Probably was. I think I may have seen that before I knew they were reuniting though.
Oh.
It was like it was seriously it was a really weird like
You like
2
hear
days.
your phone go off and the fuck is like some.
So for you guys who don't know, I had this really weird thing where like 11 o'clock at night I'm in bed on my iPad and I'm like, oh, the CULTSHOW production crew is gonna like this video of blah 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 singing something for 80 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that we dislike it. It's just sometimes it's like, okay. Okay. Thank you.
And sometimes I'll click on it in my sleep and not, and just not like, I don't remember this at
Yeah.
all,
Oh.
which probably
It's too late
means
at night,
I ruin the alert and then I never even remember
okay.
to go back.
To go
so
back.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Okay, well now that mystery solved
There you
of
go.
the weird
Now-
shit that
now-
Caleb.
So that's why I didn't
responds with.
respond.
Yeah.
Caleb's sleep text, that makes a lot of sense now. Anyway, so if you guys haven't checked it out, I thought it was really cool, really moving for people who are ABBA fans that they got back together, this long later. And if you haven't heard the songs, they're not bad. I mean, it sounds like them. It's that ABBA sound,
Right.
And they actually did this whole cool thing where they did all the little balls to get the motion capture, right?
Oh,
so that they could actually
yeah.
get their movements and everything, and then they translated that to them 40 years ago for the video. So it's just kind of like
Crazy.
this thing where they had them being young, and it looks pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah.
bizarre. But anyway, so I'm one who welcomes ABBA back because I think the world needs ABBA right now.
Come on back.
I say we're a happier place.
Come on back.
At the Cult Film Series, which is the live shows we have at the Roxy Stadium 14 in Santa Rosa, California, where we show fun, interesting horror, sci-fi comedies of the 80s, 90s, and even earlier.
And sometimes now the early 2000s.
That
Yeah.
too. One of our regulars, though, Ryan, came and he gave me this really awesome, one-of-a-kind maniac Frank Ziti action figure, and you probably can't see it very well, but it's kind of packaged like the Kenner, the
Oh,
Kenner
we should put it on
dolls
Instagram.
used to do. Yeah, we could do that for sure.
I am covetous of this item.
Yes.
I want it.
But Ryan makes these. These are like one of a kind. He makes these
But
guys.
Ryan, where's mine?
And then he sells them, of course, as he should. But he brought this for me and said, "Hey, I bestow upon you, Frank Ziti."
Ryan, why
So-
you no make me doll? Ages 4 and up.
You guys can find Ryan's creations at snapthinktoys.bigcartel.com. Thank you, Ryan, very much. I will cherish this. It is awesome AF. It's got original artwork on the card as well that he does for him. So
that's
it's really
cool.
cool. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Ryan, for my new gift.
I feel like, you know how you see in those videos sometimes where there's like two animals wildly going at a dead carcass, somewhere?
It's kind of us.
It's kind of going to be us.
But I'm going to lick it so it's mine.
Anyway, and then also, the merch. Show us your merch.
Show us your merch.
So if you happen to get any merch from us, we would love it if you guys would take pictures with it, whether it's a mug, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a pillow. This week we have good old Michael wearing a Cult Show shirt that
Yeah.
he sent us. So please, DM us, right, on our IG?
You can, if you post it, you could always. That was like so cute.
Was that wrong?
Us on our IG. No, it was very. What's up, my fellow kids? No. Oh no, you didn't. No, you said it perfect. You said
Okay.
it perfect. So you can DM us. You can also take a picture on your social media and tag us.
There you go. That works.
Or you
on
could,
the IG?
On the IG. You could also email us. You could take a picture, print it out at Long Strugs, and then put it in the mail.
How does she know what I used to do?
There's so many options.
You got me like.
But could you pay extra and do the 1 hour photo though?
Oh, you can do a 1 hour photo and keep those negatives. Yes.
Also, you can email us info@thecultshow.com.
Yeah, you can do that.
So please send us the pictures, tag us, DM us, smoke signal us, whatever it is you do.
I'll post.
Yes. The postman will bring it to us, whatever
Kevin
it is.
Costner will deliver.
Deliver it, have sex with us, and make us have children years later to
See, Kevin
deliver
Costner,
mail.
he just delivers
deliver
in
mail?
so many different ways.
Yeah. To deliver mail.
deliver mail.
We have to have children to deliver the mail. That was my favorite line in Postman.
Right?
What else you got
That's
on
why
this?
the postman always knocks twice. He's just like, we must.
It's time to impregnate you to make mail carriers.
Give me your daughters.
Oh no.
Okay. And then also mailbag, Cold Show mailbag.
That's actually very timely. Yeah.
Yes.
What you got?
So one of our wonderfuls, Mark, in the old Mr. Vision's Truth in the chat there, sent a wonderful picture of Celine Dion
Yeah.
to us.
Tell us when we can look at
Yo,
it.
look now. Look, forever hold your peace.
Oh my God.
So Mark says, I hate to break it to you guys, but the real reason for the schedule change is because Neil had to join a more nefarious organization every other Friday evening. The CDP thing, CDP being Celine Dion whatever, P, what was it?
Phobia.
Phobia, yeah.
Paranoia.
The CDP thing was just a cover. I took a quick pic of his biker crew before they spotted me.
Yeah.
So this is like a punk patch jacket and a Celine Dion "My Heart Will Go On," and there's like looks like there's an anatomical heart, maybe some sort of a goat skull, an inverted pentagram. This is sickening. I love it.
I love it. I hate it.
I want to be a part of it.
I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, we have to make
And
one
yet
for
somehow
Neil.
my heart will go on.
So thank you, Mark, for sending that second picture of my
I can't
Celine
stop
Dion.
playing with all these things.
I thought after I quit Sturgis that I was clear, but apparently they found me anyway. Anyway, good old CDPs, Celine Dion phobia. All right.
Does anybody have a thing about feet? Does feet make them feel weird? Because look at this.
Feel weird?
I feel weird.
Some people get uncomfortable around feet.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's other people that really like feet.
Some people like feet. The people who like feet I'm more afraid of than the ones that are afraid of it.
We'll just put this right here.
Yeah, hold it right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
What else?
And then finally, we just want to real quick call attention to the fact that tomorrow, of course, is the 20-year anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. And so, as much fun as we are having here now, we do want to, of course, remember the people that lost their lives, all 2,977 of them, on that day. It was an important day for all of us, obviously, as Americans.
Humans?
As humans, yes. But it's hard to believe that there's 20 years later already, and then there's a generation of people who have forgotten, who don't even know, maybe, about it. So
I saw a video on TikTok and it said, you know, it's like how we feel when old people talk about 9/11.
geez,
Old people.
old people. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so we just want to recognize and give our thanks to those who gave their lives, the first responders who went in, the
God.
people on Flight 93 who took the plane to the ground. Just, you know, it's an important day in history. We don't want to forget it. We want to honor those people.
And one of my favorite actors, maybe one of your guys' is too, Steve Buscemi, who was there in 9/11. He does so much for firefighters and first responders. He's a firefighter, and he's talking about a lot of the things that people are still going through from that day, long-term effects of all of the stuff they were around. He's so freaking cool. And
Cool
it's
man.
like, oh my God, you know, Steve Buscemi, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
It's like,
Cheers.
I just love you so much. Cheers, people.
Cheers. Cheers. Respect. Okay. And then finally, new subscriber alert.
Let me take a look here. Let me put on my glasses.
Can you count up high?
Everybody wishes to remain anonymous. You know what? That's fine.
That's cool.
You know what? We know who
respect
you are.
that. We
It
respect
doesn't
that.
hurt.
We actually don't know who you are. Oh, cheesy,
Oh, look at
crazy.
that.
Hold on. We're going to set, bump, spike.
Oh, nice. Good job. All right.
Should we talk about some feet?
Main course?
Main course. Okay.
What's the main course?
All right. I'm sorry. I can't stop touching the latex limbs. I can't. I won't stop. Okay. You ready, people? God help us. We're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. 1986. The year was 1986.
Whoa.
No, whoa. I know you think that
Oh,
it's
there's two
over
buttons.
here.
No, there's
but
two
it's-
buttons.
Yeah, but there's two buttons on the handle. Yeah, I know. Got me. You can't do it like while we talk, though.
No, go ahead. I won't do that
I'm just
anymore.
going to model it? Okay. So let me tell you, this film is directed by Tobe Hooper, who I love, but isn't one of my favorites. Written by L.M. Kit Carson. The plot. Chainsaw-wielding maniac Leatherface is up to his cannibalistic ways again, along with the rest of his twisted clan, including the equally disturbing new character, Chop Top. Chop Top. Just rolls off the tongue. This time, the Sawyer fam has their sights set on a radio disc jockey named Stretch. On their trail is Texas lawman Lefty Enright. The final battle takes place deep within their new lair, a macabre abandoned amusement park. I cobbled that together from a couple of reviews and added my own flair.
Very nice.
And
So-
yet did amazing as always.
Thanks. It's a dramatic retelling. So this was the first time I'd seen this movie since high school. It'd been a long time,
wow, okay.
which I think I'd seen it like twice, and I think my friends and I rented it a couple times because it was like such god awful fun, you know. That's kind of this is kind of how it is. It's kind of that kind of movie. Like, it's so bad, but you have fun while you watch it. But it's not. Well, some of us have fun. I don't know that everybody has fun when they watch this. We love the first one. It's one of my favorite horror movies.
We love it.
One of our favorite horror
yeah.
movies. And it's like they take this Sawyer family and they make them slapstick, practically, and very silly. I think there is actually some literal like slapstick movements going on. And I don't like that as much as I like Rooms Full of Feathers and Bones.
Okay.
I will say, like I said, this movie is so fun to watch, and I laughed so hard. Even though it's considered a comedy, I think I laughed at the things that aren't supposed to be funny.
As you usually do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So it's nice to have, like, it's a nice little revisit, but man, it's weird.
So this film clearly embraced the camp of the 80s. You know, of 80s horror films. There's no question. It took the campiness and blew that up.
Ratcheted it on up.
100,000%. There's no question. I mean, the first film had virtually no graphic violence.
None.
You know what I mean? The second film embraced splatter, which was a big thing, embraced the camp. And I've seen this film probably 100 more times than the original.
Wow.
So I mean, just growing up, as a teenager in the '80s, this was actually one of my go-tos probably.
Damn.
So because again, I love Thomas Savini.
But we all have them. We all have those movies.
We do. Yeah.
That you're like, I can't say it's like the most quality.
Oh no.
But
never.
I'm having fun.
I even knew back then. I'm like, this is
awful.
This is not the greatest film in the world. But I mean, you've got Dennis Hopper in it, and and you've got Tom Savini doing special effects. It's a Tobe Hooper
Love
film.
Tom. Love Tom.
Can't be that bad. So, but I watched it again a couple days ago, and I still really like it. I can't help it.
You laugh.
There's no Puppet Master, but
Yes, exactly.
But it's my Puppet Master for what I mean. I think for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What does that even mean? And this was, I just watched this for the first time 2 weeks ago, and it's fun. It is fun. It's silly. It's silly
It's so
as hell,
silly.
but
So
it's
silly.
fun.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun because, like you said, it's got the camp of the 80s. It's got the, just over the top, special effects. I thought it was super interesting that, no women die in this movie.
True.
You're kind of like, wait, what's wrong? Because that's usually like the go-to of the 80s horror, right? I mean,
Right.
Friday the 13th, you get some guys in there, but
For the most part,
but not a single woman.
Yeah.
No woman died making this.
No women were harmed in the making of this film.
That's a good point.
I also didn't realize until a couple of weeks ago. I don't know why. It just never. I never made the connection that the poster is mocking the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, yes.
And that is like even more funny now. Because I always thought the poster was funny, and because they're like posed, and I'm like, oh my god, it's the fucking Breakfast Club, and that just makes it hilarious because. Who do they think they are? Who do these Sawyers think they are?
Right. That just tells you what you're in for.
I love them. I love the
It's
Sawyer
like no
family.
John Hughes movie.
Yep.
And we start out with a bang. We start out with two, I guess they're supposed to be high school students, which is hilarious.
Yeah, they're like yuppie high school students.
Yeah, because they're going to go check out a college, and it's Longhorn weekend, and they're very rich young men drinking and driving with a loaded gun in the car. What could go wrong? They have a car phone. That's why you know they're rich. The guy with the freaking glasses on, he has like the most annoying laugh.
He is,
So
yeah.
Buzz and
Bert?
Rick.
Wick?
Rick the dick.
Okay.
Or Rick the prick. Sorry.
Oh,
It was
that's
Rick.
right.
Rick the prick. That's what they say
I
when
was
they
like,
call him.
Wicket? Wicket the... the Ewok? No. not that same. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that weird like, hey, this is Rick the Break, or whatever.
Oh my God, he was like so obsessed with it.
He was like, oh my God.
And you know he gave himself that nickname, which you're never supposed to do. And like, I love it, of course, when he gets his stupid head chopped in half.
That's a great part.
Oh, it's great, but it's so funny. He has jazz hands. He has jazz hands while he's.
I like though and when his head does finally separate from the rest of the top of the head, and they had the squirt sound of the blood.
Yeah.
So you hear that, the blood coming out.
And it's like, oh, it would do that.
But the blood wouldn't make that noise probably though. I don't think it would make the noise of the squirt.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Let's find out.
But how long was that bridge though?
It was a long bridge in history.
Yes.
And cars in drive
can go faster.
normally go a lot faster than trucks in reverse.
Sure. Not in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a different gravity.
Things in reverse tend to go faster, yes.
Yes, and that bridge is
That's right.
equivalent to the Great Wall of China.
That is. It is.
I said that. I thght that the very first time, and I always meant to like put a stopwatch on it to go like, that bridge takes 2 minutes and 45 seconds to get across.
Yeah,
it's going to take you a while, but that's good because we need time to kind of poke at the kids in the car and then somehow amazingly not kill them until the final.
Until the final.
Yeah. And by the way, Sandra, that weekend that they're having is a real thing.
Oh, I know, yes.
It's between the Texas Longhorns and the University of Oklahoma.
Right.
Where they play each other, and basically everything shuts down. It's a big party.
The big party. I like
super spreader event.
Super spreader event. I like football, but I've never been super into college football, so it's kind of like okay, that's nice. Y'all have fun. Y'all come back now. You hear?
So those kids, they crash.
Oh, because
the driver gets his head sawed off.
Correct.
And then introduce Dennis Hopper. Lefty.
Oh, Lord. Lefty Enright.
Explain Lefty. What is Lefty doing?
Lefty Enright is in a different movie than everybody else. You think of Dennis Hopper. They call him one of the l'enfant terrible. Like one of those original bad boys of cinema.
Yeah.
And somehow, I guess he owed someone money. And he ends up in this picture. We'll call it this picture. He is so dramatic. And he carries a saddlebag as a purse. I actually said, is it a purse? Is it a satchel? Is it an attaché case? But it is clearly where he carries all of his things. And I'm like, you seriously lug around this goddamn saddlebag, and he does.
Yeah.
That's like where he keeps his belongings, his keys, his paperwork, his wallet maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's where you put condoms. You put them in a saddlebag.
Yeah.
In the 80s in Texas.
That's the only place you put them.
Where else you put them?
So yeah.
And his guns. Don't forget his guns.
Oh, all the guns. He has like 12 guns in there. No, it's one of those things where I think they weren't sure what to do with him and that character because it's like he's funny, like he's very dramatic, but it's not that funny, right?
No,
like
right.
it's kind of playing the straight man against all of these. And it's one of the more bizarre parts of the movie for me. And then there's like this backstory with like he's like their uncle or something.
Yep.
And it's like
Sally and Franklin's uncle.
Oh my God, and we'll talk about Franklin a little bit later.
Yeah.
But
real quickly, sorry. Enoch joined us. It is called the Red River Rivalry, and also Tommy is leaving. So.
Oh, good night, Tommy.
Good night,
Hello,
Tommy.
Enoch.
And welcome, Enoch.
Tommy, you're on the bench. Enoch. You're I'm sorry. We're gonna need you to warm up and get in the game. So I don't know. I don't understand Lefty Enright. And he's all gung ho, and then he's like never fucking there for Stretch. And then he was like at the end, like near the end of the movie, he literally has like a Howard Dean yell battle cry, like, "Rah!" like when he goes storming in.
Howard Dean. It cost Lefty the election.
I think of the Howard Dean cry
Okay.
all the time, and it makes me laugh.
I re-remember it every time someone brings it up,
And you're just so
and
happy.
then it goes away again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, there.
So yeah, what do you guys think of Lefty?
I think Lefty's great. I mean, he's so bizarre, but it just kind of makes sense in this movie.
I mean, why? I mean, don't question it.
No.
You know, I mean, because he's like a weird, crazy character in a film with a bunch of weird, crazy characters. So
Yeah.
how is he any odder
Well,
than,
because he's so serious.
you know, than Chop Top or...
He's so serious, and the rest of them are so silly.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get revenge for his niece and nephew who were murdered 10 years prior, and everyone else has forgotten
14.
about. 14 years? Okay.
Yeah.
14?
14.
Whatever, okay.
They say 14 in the
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prior, you know, and everyone else is just like, well, who cares? That was way back in southern Texas. We're
Yeah.
in northern Texas now.
Exactly. So it couldn't possibly be the same people.
Right.
And we looked, because you get the beginning little crawl, blurb,
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh, my-
recap saying the police looked all over and they found nothing.
Right.
Jesus, that opening scroll. Thank you for bringing up the scroll. Really, I said in my notes, I hate it. It takes about 5 years for the scroll to go by, and it's like, remember we talked about John Larroquette getting paid in a joint
Yeah.
to do that?
Yes.
This man is no John Larroquette that does the
not.
voiceover.
He's not.
It just is like, and this happened, and that happened, and this happened, and that happened, and it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. Can we speed
Move
it up?
along. Okay. So then you have Stretch.
I love Stretch.
You have Vanita. Vanita Stretch Brock is her name.
I love Stretch.
Stretch.
I think she's a badass. I think she's
Yeah.
super cool.
Yep.
She's funny. She's just, I don't know. She's just awesome. She's brave. She's super brave. She's a good heroine. I love
She is.
Stretch. I
Yep.
love
I
Stretch.
think she's great.
Yeah.
Caroline Williams does a great job. I mean, she does screaming a lot. in this
Oh my
movie.
God. We'll talk. I gotta talk about that later
Yeah.
too. I got feelings on
Yeah, that one
Okay.
scene.
Yeah, she's brave and she's smart. And at one point, she carries this impossibly large tote bag that pulled a lot of focus for me. It's a woven tote, impossibly large. But everything's bigger in Texas, they say.
That's right.
So I'm sure that's just what that tote was about. LG, there's like my favorite line in the entire freaking movie. He says, "I got a soft heart. I built you a little fry house."
I got right. Wait.
Are you sure you didn't?
LG's French Fry House.
Are you sure you didn't say like darling after that, or maybe
There might have been a darling
or maybe
in there.
Missy,
Or
or
did he
maybe
spit on the floor?
girl, or and the
God.
spitting. Holy
I
shit!
know, right?
This is the man that has his own initials tattooed on his arm. Lest we forget.
Like just what?
Yeah.
But on the floor.
wherever he is, where
Yeah.
he's working.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, I wonder why Stretch doesn't have feelings for you.
Yeah.
And he's very sad about that.
And it's like, it's Lefty. God, maybe his name's Lefty too. I don't know. Maybe that's why they call him Lefty. But that's my favorite. That's like my favorite line.
LG,
Built you a little fry
Lefty
house.
Grande. Let's call him Lefty,
Lefty Grande.
Like, is that any relation to Ariana Grande? He's got that ponytail, just like Ariana has.
Oh, poor Lefty. He's a great character. I mean, aside from the loogies he leaves everywhere he goes,
And he's just kind of weird and not very smart, but he's fine.
he's devoted
The
to her,
French fry house.
And
Like,
he even got a little ketchup chimney.
what place gives you that many French fries to
And they're
build?
different types. They're different types of fries.
You know what? I think they know him, and they're like,
Oh, he knows someone, so
yeah,
he got the
so,
hookup.
You know, you probably give him all the fries that people don't eat, like left on their plate, and they just bring them over to LG.
Have you had French fries in Texas?
I haven't
No.
ever been to Texas.
I've had a layover there once.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm
you know,
saying.
That was it. That's the only
Do they
time.
generally give you different
I've
cuts of
been
fry?
to Houston. I've seen some things, you know, about Texas.
Did you carry your saddlebag so you look like you belong?
I carry my
And
saddlebag.
people are looking at you like, who the fuck is this guy? And you're like, no, it's cool. I got my saddlebag. Partner? They're like, that's
me
a
that.
stereotype.
I only remember just going to the airport and getting the rental car, and I had to, I don't know, the guy wanted to give me like, you want a 2F-150 or a 350? And I'm like, I want a sedan.
You're like,
Did you say,
I'll
"What's
take
that?"
a Honda Civic.
Yeah. I like the gas mileage.
I would
Wait,
probably,
way to ask for a foreign car in,
Yeah.
in Texas, Neil.
they'd be like, whoa. Whoa.
Get a rope.
I would like try to do that spit thing and probably end up throwing up all over the
I
floor
would
of
too.
the
I would too.
the
Just get it on me. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's like hanging from your chin, just going down.
trying to wipe it away on your saddlebag, and
running down my vest.
they're like, you know what? Just stop. Just leave Texas. So we meet an interesting character, Drayton Sawyer. Why does he look so familiar? Life's been good to Drayton last 14 years.
Yeah.
He's got great suit. He's got a bucket hat, which is very on trend these days.
Yep.
And he has a really disgusting trophy dripping chili. Why did they pour the chili?
And a food truck
He has a food truck. Very hip, very ahead of his
with a
time.
cell phone.
Why do they pour the chili all over? Why do they pour it all over?
Why?
Why
don't know.
it's disgusting. And it's like he's holding it, it's like dripping on his hands, it's like all over his very fancy spoon.
He's like holding it and it's like all dripping down his. Yeah.
He has this
And
weird
did you
fake
notice
smile.
later at the dinner scene?
Yeah.
The trophy's on the table,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's still got chili.
No, did it?
God. And of course he has to say the meat like 50 times.
The meat.
Right,
Because
the
in
meat,
case we don't get it.
the prime meat,
Yeah.
what's it called? The prime meat, the prime cuts, the prime. Prime is in
Something,
there,
yeah.
something. And, yeah.
But the Sawyer's Drayton has become a award-winning chili.
Like back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah. So that's big news.
You can't take down Drayton Sawyer.
You sure can.
You can't hold a candle to him. I thought that scene was so gross with that drip.
He's
with that
holding
drip,
it,
though.
it's kind of dripping on his suit. He's talking. And then the lady who's like talking is his spoon. Oh, trying to get a spoon out of there.
Yeah.
Eating the chili.
Get out of here with
Oh,
that.
and she even gets a bone or whatever. You're
She
like,
knows she gets the little bone.
That's that big,
Peppercorns.
big peppercorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that's just a
Peppercorn
big
shell.
peppercorn.
Or whatever, yeah.
Something. And they all laugh. They all laugh.
Yep.
But it's actually like a toe.
Yeah.
Right.
So we get a new character in this film. Chop Top.
Chop top.
Everybody's favorite part, my favorite part. I mean, he has pins, he has T-shirts. Like you can get Chop Top merch now. He goes by Chop Top on Twitter, like
Yeah.
Bill
Okay.
Moseley, which I really appreciate how he's embraced this silly character. He's so weird. He's like a hippie. He has some great lines too. Of course, everybody loves "Lick My Plate." He says, "Music is my life." This is plate cover, aka a Sonny Bono wig.
So, all right, I was going to ask you, Sandra,
Yeah.
you being the wig person in the
Right.
group,
Yeah,
how was his wig game?
I was really good until it got messed up. I love that he doesn't call it a wig; he calls it a plate cover. Well, he calls it a Sonny Bono wig, but it's a plate cover. And he does this. Of course, it's disgusting. He like eats his charred scalp. He like touches the hanger to it. It's so gross.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
he
gross.
takes the end hook of a hanger
Yeah.
and lights it,
Yeah,
and then scratches his head with it,
yeah.
and then
Like eats
Takes
it.
the little
a-
flakes off.
gives a little taste.
Yeah.
You
And
know what?
Grandpa likes it too.
Oh, everybody likes it. You know what it reminds me of is in Rudolph Cornelius. Is it Cornelius? No, who is
Who,
it?
Yukon Cornelius?
The Yukon guy, and he's always licking his little pig.
That's his name. Yukon Cornelius
Yeah.
is a character in the.
He licks it.
in
And I think
Rudolph.
that's where Chop Top got it.
Oh. I like that scene a lot, where you first meet him.
It's so
Oh, at the radio
crazy.
station.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy and it's
In
weird.
a good way, yeah.
But I think there's some decent tension that builds, because you know what's going to happen or something's going to happen.
Right.
So I like
Yeah.
the tension that builds through, and you're waiting. Eventually, Leatherface is going to come out. And
We're waiting
but just
for
the
him.
way he's like, yeah, he's just like, music is my life, and doing his
And
thing.
it gotta
and
defeat that.
scratching. Yeah.
Right.
I
Oh,
really
and
like
you're looking
that
at the
scene.
radio. Oh, humble pie.
Oh my God. Yeah, because music is his life. And I love when Stretch gives him the tour of the
Yeah.
office and she's like, lamp, Rolodex, random things, there's the door. Like, it's funny.
Goodbye. He's
Goodbye.
like, goodbye. Goodbye. He's like, goodbye. They're like back and forth. I love the way they do that. And she's just getting mad. She's just all, Stretch is just like, all goodbye.
She's stressing out.
great.
These are bad people.
Yeah.
She knows that.
And that's kind of when we get our first like good look at Leatherface,
Yes. He comes out.
and we see the Leatherface chainsaw dance.
The chainsaw dance.
Yeah. Which,
Very good, very good.
yeah.
Caleb's got it down.
Yeah.
He practiced that in front of the mirror for a while.
I did.
Okay, good.
It took me a very long time.
Commit.
To the role. I have to say,
Uh-oh.
I don't think Leatherface looks as good in this movie.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think he
And I
looks-
would agree with that.
Yeah.
But
I love you, Tom. It's nothing personal, but I don't think he looks as good. He's not as creepy. And everybody know I love Leatherface. Leatherface is like one of my favorite horror icons. I have a pillow of Leatherface.
Yeah, the
I
pillow.
love him. So I'm kind of like a little picky.
Right.
A little picky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not as menacing and scary in this one.
He's really not, which is
So-
how I like my Sawyers in general.
Right.
I mean, you can't like compare because they're nothing the same. But it's like, there's a dinner table scene in this movie too, and it's gross and it's all that. But I love the dinner table scene from the first one so much because
Right.
it's so disturbing and like she's just being tormented. And in this one, it just felt like it just wasn't the same,
well, but see, that's the difference
same.
between I think the first one and this one is
Yeah.
that this is campy. It's cheesy.
Yeah.
It's silly. Whereas first one that feels, dare I say it, kind of real.
It
you
feels
know?
very real and
Snuffy.
gritty and
Yeah.
snuffy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
that's why I like it.
That's why you like it. Absolutely. That's why you like it. So Leatherface. This is when you finally realize he's got a little bit of emotion, perhaps, other than just kill,
Yeah.
because he actually find out he likes Stretch. And
Yeah.
He
In a
uses
weird-
his chainsaw, as you
weird
say,
sort of way,
He uses
but-
the saw to kind of,
It's super actually uncomfortable.
I know. Well, and it made me think of I think one of the first times Sandra was
Yes.
on this show,
Yeah.
she was talking about how all murder weapons are phallic, and when I saw this the first time, I thought of that.
Yeah.
And
This
watching
is not
it this time
my
again, I was
concept. If you read Men,
okay.
Women, and Chainsaws, one of the premier horror academia studies, talks all about the phallic instrument
right.
wielded by men towards women in these movies. And then, in case you didn't get it, they actually are like, no, really, we're going to stick it in our crotch in this one.
like, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right up in
Yeah.
there.
They were like, was it too subtle? Was it too subtle in the first one? Let's really get it in there.
Yeah.
Poor Stretch.
But it saved her life at the same time. That he had something, someone who's letting him, whatever.
Yeah.
Ogle, I guess. Ogle? I don't know.
It's kind of a cool story, bro.
I didn't make it. I'm just saying.
And of course, where the fuck is Lefty?
Where the hell is Lefty?
She's like, and I love it at the end of that scene. She's like, damn it, Lefty, you're late. It's like, he's like 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
He's like, LG's been kidnapped late.
Like, LG's been pounded in the head with a hammer 100
Right.
times.
He's
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
twitching on the floor,
Yep.
getting the hammer. Yeah.
And it's like, I thought he was like so eager to like catch these people. Where is he? And like, why is he so reluctant? Like,
Well, he says he used them as bait.
yeah, but then he wasn't there.
No, he
No, because he wanted to get to their.
wanted to find out where they were
their
going.
lair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he isn't even there when they take off.
No, he wanted to see
He
where their
followed
lair
him
was.
apparently
followed
because
him.
he
I
was he
suppose
shows
so.
He
up.
was, he said, "Sorry, darling, but I used you as bait."
He does,
Here's
but
the
it-
skeleton hand to get you out of the pit.
That's right.
and
But
then looks
that's,
shocked when it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, and he even says something like, damn it, don't you let go, you grab this or
Right.
something. And it's like, It's a deteriorated skeleton hand.
It's probably not going to hold on for much weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Lefty, I mean, he comes late on purpose. He wants to find out where they're going to go. Lefty makes them, by the way. We didn't say this. He makes Stretch play the tape of the two dudes being killed.
Yeah, and they
purposely to draw them out.
Yeah, and they kind of play it off as like it's like a request thing.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. I think he could have been a little cooler to Stretch.
Oh, there's no question. Yeah.
I think she's a really awesome chick.
How about when he is getting the chainsaw from the chainsaw store? And then he's like out there just whacking the stump with the chainsaw, going crazy, and the old guy from the store is just like, "Good damn man, like just like."
Oh my aching banana!
Yep.
Super gross.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's not good though. I don't think it's anything
But you
good.
look at the different, like,
I need the foot.
when it cuts, you look at this actor who says, "Oh my aching banana," and sometimes he's like, "What the fuck is going
Right.
on?" And then other times he's like, "Yeah."
I thought it kind of built. Like at first you're like, "What the?" And then you got more excited as it went on.
Yeah.
But
Oh my aching banana.
Because it makes it sound like he has an arousal, is what I read his aching banana to be.
maybe.
But
Maybe.
that's why he's there at the chainsaw.
Maybe that's why he's working at Cut Right Chainsaws.
Right. My aching banana.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We mentioned real quick when LG takes a hammer to the head like
Multiple
a lot
times.
of times. Compliments of Chop Top.
Yes.
And like the first few, so he's getting like bloodier and bloodier and bloodier, and he's still like spitting his loogies though when he's getting bonked on the head. He's just like
He can't stop.
bonk, bonk.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It's like, oh man.
I think he actually has a medical problem.
It's just a really bad habit at this point.
At this point, but it's
He
just
knows
terrible.
not what he does.
I don't know. It's just like I love the fact that they wrote that in there.
Yeah.
That you're getting fucking head trauma up the yin yang, but you're still gonna hawk your loogies out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you still got to do it.
I don't know. I love that. I think it's hysterical.
I love the person puppet suit they wear now. They wear it at the beginning and they wear it again later.
Oh, Nubbins.
Nubbins, thank
yeah.
you.
So that's the hitchhiker.
That's the hitchhiker.
Yes.
From the original.
I know, but it's like it's a nice it's a full body puppet moment.
Yeah.
Very Henson Corporation. It's not.
I think it's pretty nice.
It's great. I
So
love that they do that now.
I never knew that was a brother. And the only reason,
Okay.
now you read about it.
Yeah, I read about.
Okay.
I never once went like, oh, that's him.
Right. So here's the thing. I saw the movie, like I said, 100 times, and I never knew that. And nor did I know that Chop Top is
Twin brother. His
the
twin
twin
brother.
who was in Vietnam while the first one took place.
Yeah.
So, you know that though. I mean, you kind of figure he mentions Vietnam in this movie, but I was watching the cut footage
Okay.
this time for it, and there's this one scene in the car. It explains it all. They talk about that's your brother and this and that and the whole thing where I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, why'd you cut that? I mean, you pacing, I guess, but like, that's kind of important stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's like, why wasn't Chop Top in the first film?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or to say that's his brother. They obviously didn't think it was important to say that Nubbins is your brother. That's fine because it didn't change the film really. But at the same time, it's kind of cool because you remember the brother hitchhiker got whacked by a semi at the end of the first movie, and they kept him and stuffed him and whatever.
Well, they're recycling. They're very green. The Sawyer family.
So is Nubbins. So it works out.
I love that his name is Nubbins. It just sounds like something you'd name a teddy bear. It's,
Yes.
it's adorable. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to brass tacks, which is now they have an abandoned amusement park as their lair.
Texas Battleland.
Texas Battleland. Better than that, they've drugged Franklin around for 14 years.
Yes.
Franklin, they have been packing him and all this stuff for 14 years. They loaded up every vehicle they had.
Yep.
And they packed every bone and everything. And of course, then Lefty has to have this emotional moment with Franklin. Excuse
I
me?
love how Franklin still has the flashlight.
He has a flashlight.
Because if you remember,
Yes.
he's like, okay, I'll come with you, but I'll hold the flashlight.
And it's like he's clutching it.
He's clutching it still. Oh, I
And
saw
it
that.
still turns on.
It does.
Of course it
14
does.
years later.
Duracell, baby. You know what I did like about poor Franklin is he had a big old gash, going through his head. So you can kind of see like the scarring, that he encountered to end the beautiful life of
I
Franklin.
wish they just thrown in like from the first movie, just a Sally.
Right,
Sally.
like an
Like a
echo
faint
sound.
echo.
Yeah, like a
Exactly.
faint, with some sustain
Yeah.
on it, and
And he's like, and he has this like emotional moment, like, oh, get him,
Franklin, yes.
So stupid.
I'm gonna get him for you, boy.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Why is it stupid though?
Because it's like,
That's the whole point of Lefty. He's there to avenge his family.
I don't know. It's like, because I don't know, why are we making it emotional?
it's a revenge story.
I guess
you
we
love
love
revenge stories.
revenge. We love revenge.
Even if it is goofy as fuck.
You know what? There's different flavors of revenge. No, you're very right. You know who looks really good?
Who's that?
Grandpa.
The grandpa?
He looks better than he did 14 years ago.
His hair,
137.
his hair just grew a little bit, but that's,
How about that? Okay, say what you want. That awesome scene though, where the camera zooms in on Grandpa and gets
Yeah.
a really tight shot of his face.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
that was really cool. I mean, it's
I
good
love that.
makeup.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like licking. What was he licking? He was licking something. And whatever it was.
Chop Top gave him a little piece of his scalp.
Give him
Oh,
a
the
piece
scalp,
of Chop
that's what
Top.
it was, yeah.
Chop Top gave
And
him
he
a
had a
piece
little
of
bit
Chop
of the
Top.
spit come out or
Yeah.
whatever. And you're like, God damn, that is gross, but it's like right up in your face. I thought that was really cool.
So I
It was
read that.
nice.
I read that Tom Savini was very proud of that. Just the
Oh, okay.
makeup and because
be.
it
Yeah, he
because
should
it
be.
holds up in an
looked really good.
extreme close up.
It had like pits and when you get that
Yeah.
close on a latex, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
was-
Grandpa looks great. 137 years young.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
I give it to him for that. But now, it wasn't exactly the one shot that he used to be when he was trying to whack
I know.
poor Stretch.
Poor Stretch gets it a couple times in the head.
A couple times, but it took a while though.
I know, and because Grandpa, he lost his touch a little 14 years ago.
Yeah.
And that hadn't improved.
No.
Yeah, it got worse.
It got worse. He couldn't even hold it. Boom.
It was kind of embarrassing for Grandpa. It was like, why are you making
Well,
this
it's
charade?
kind of funny because he wasn't able to do it 14 years ago,
So let's try again.
and they're still. I feel like
Grandpa?
every person they bring in there, they're like, let Grandpa have him. He's the best. He used to. And then they tell the whole story about how he, used to get
Yeah.
the cows with, and every time I feel like they tell that
Yeah.
story, and
It's the
every
only-
time I
it's the
feel
only
like
story they
Grandpa is
got.
just kind of
Well,
like.
it's like The Godfather. You have to give, you have to allow them, pay your homage or whatever.
the ring,
It's kiss the ring,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah.
all okay. LG.
Yes.
LG gets skinned.
Yes,
But he was pulp.
he loses his face.
His face, a
He
leg,
loses some leg. He loses some
a side.
gut.
Yep, a side.
He loses some arm.
Yeah.
How about
Still spitting.
he's still spitting? Still spitting. He
LG,
wakes up,
still
gets up, looks and goes, half your skin is missing. You're still spitting.
I guess we wouldn't know it was LG otherwise.
Yeah, right. But so his face is completely taken off in one piece.
Well, it's off and stretches
That's-
on Stretch's face.
That's what I'm saying next.
But it was so pulpy.
But I love it. Puts it on her. You just, I don't know. That's pretty gross.
It's gross.
You have to wear someone else's face.
Your friend's face, your coworker,
Your coworker's face.
the man who built your little fry house.
Hey, let's go in the hot tub, honey. I'm gonna wear your face next. I don't know what that means, but
It's romantic. It's very romantic.
Yeah. Bow, chicka, bow, pow.
To be honest, Stretch really goes through too much. She actually goes through too much.
there's no question.
Because even in the first film, we have a van full of kids.
Yeah.
And of course, Sally does go through, it's awful for her at the end. She really, pays
Well,
worse
poor
than anybody.
Franklin.
Oh my God.
Poor Franklin gets cut in the hand. He has to pay $2 for a picture he doesn't want.
best part.
He was rolling down a hill trying to take a pee into a can.
Yeah. But I mean, Stretch goes through way too much. She goes through way too much.
does.
It's just like, no, come on. Poor Stretch. Can't we have, and there's LG, and the idiot kids at the beginning, but it's too much. It's too much. She deserves better than that.
There's no question she takes a big brunt of running back and forth, a lot of screaming, head trauma, emotional trauma.
Wearing
Someone else's face.
Wearing, yeah.
She falls. When she falls down from the pit thing, and she's like, boom, boom, all the way.
Yes.
I mean, fortunately, she landed on a slide.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. She did stick the landing. Does anybody else feel like Drayton Sawyer's kind of gone big city? Like he's kind of like ladies' man, man's man now, and like everybody else just has to get the meat for him. And it's like,
Yes.
we knew you when, Drayton. We knew you when you just had that little gas station and that little snack
You were
shack.
like barbecuing feet, up in your little,
Yeah.
on your hibachi or whatever.
Yeah. And now you're winning trophies.
Yeah. So
And are you thankful?
episode one, movie one, the Phantom Massacre. He was cooking.
Whoa. Neil just made a Star Wars joke.
I'm really proud.
We need to stop. And
That was
You
beautiful.
want to soak that one in? Okay. So,
all right, please continue.
It'll never happen again, I promise.
You only get one.
They were cooking hippies,
Oh, cooking hippies.
and then in this episode they're cooking yuppies.
Yuppies.
Yeah.
So it's and that was
Times-
a Tobe Hooper thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the day has changed.
It has changed, absolutely.
Because I'm sure the hippies were, they were kind of easy to get. They were trusting, and they were always hitchhiking around and all that stuff. And now it's just the disgusting yuppies.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Punks everywhere.
I like it.
So-
but I don't know. I just think that Drayton should be a little more humble. That's all.
No, I hear you. He gets a chainsaw on the ass. That pretty much
Took
humbles
care
you.
of my hymns.
That pretty much will humble you a bit, yeah.
When he reaches back, this might be bad.
It's like, maybe just put a little ointment on it. It should be fine.
He's under the table
saved him
hiding.
a trip to the hospital.
Yeah, he does. He goes under the table.
Yeah, just kind of hiding while Leatherface and Lefty are up top fighting.
They're having like a chainsaw duel.
But it is a duel.
I always wondered about that because two chainsaws, when the chains hit,
Well, they get
Wouldn't they
stuck.
just like
boom,
Yeah,
keep
like
bouncing off each other.
shrapnel
or
off
they
or
get
something?
like tied up in each other.
Yeah, I'm not sure I don't know. I'll be honest. Chainsaws scare the shit out of me. I would probably never touch a
Same.
chainsaw.
Oh, I can't. No,
Same.
I can't
Yeah.
wield a chainsaw.
No.
This will be my leg. This will be my leg.
Like that's the only chainsaw I've ever touched is the one
And
sitting
even
between
then, I'm
you
nervous.
Yeah.
These look very sharp.
So I always wonder, because when they pull towards each other or they kick away from each other. I'm not sure, but
Okay, well, we got to find that
I
out.
would.
two. I know,
We'll let Michael do that and film it for us, because
To the Mythbusters.
right? I was just gonna say, Reverend just met
that's right.
that
Buster.
Adam guy that was on. Anyway,
All right, we should probably start to wrap this up and start cooking with Colt.
Right. Okay. There's a couple lines there, real quick.
Please.
One line Drayton says I love so much is, "It's a dog-eat-dog world. From where I sit, there's not enough dog."
Sounds like Drayton, vintage Drayton.
That's great. And one of them says, then he says the one about sex. Sex with a saw. With sex, you just never know. The saw is family. You're like,
but remember when he spells sex though?
S-C-E-X. That was
sex.
awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. I do have that down.
Yep.
How about real quick, the matriarch, Grandma, who's still
Grandma.
upstairs in the what's the big Disneyland cliff at the big hill?
The Matterhorn.
Matterhorn.
She's
Yeah.
basically on the Matterhorn.
Yeah. I mean, she's like
She's
looking.
sitting up there in like a little throne and all
Yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of entombed but
No one's
mummified.
left behind.
I mean, she's dead, right?
I think, but
I thought she was dead before too. Her and Grandpa. It's kind of like Lilo and Stitch. It's like Ohana. Nobody gets left behind.
behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Chop Top was pissed when she went up there and took the
And
chainsaw.
took the chain. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But you think Chop Top survived?
Chop Top?
Yeah, because he went falling down the hole, but
I mean,
Chop
he
Top
got a
survived.
chainsaw in the gut.
he got a
mean-
slash, right? But
You know what'd be funny is like if he survived and he's like, I don't want to live this life anymore. And he like moves to Mexico and starts over.
renting rental cars and say Watanabe.
and just like never he's
Him and
like
Red get together.
he's a vegan. He,
Busy living or get busy dying.
he becomes a priest.
Or maybe he goes to New York as a stockbroker. You know?
Oh my God, he starts doing the
Patrick
stocks.
Bates.
I was just gonna say he's like Patrick Bateman's mentor.
He's like, God damn it, I just want to get away from this family.
Oh my God! All right.
All right.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Silly fun.
Silly, yeah. Fun, violent, lots of spit.
So
French
much
fries.
spit.
So much spit.
At a little frat house.
And this was, by the way, we didn't ever mention this was a Canon picture.
Canon, yes.
And I read a whole bunch of things about like how the budget was. They would give them money based on how their other pictures were currently performing in the box office, and if they did poorly, then they would pull them, pull
Okay.
the money out, and
Dang.
I feel like this movie probably went through a bunch of rewrites because at one point, Lefty and Stretch was supposed to be Lefty's illegitimate daughter,
I read that, yeah.
which makes the whole like when he calls her little sister really awkward.
Just added to the awkwardness.
But who knows what was omitted because money was taken away that Tobe Hooper thought was there originally.
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene also they filmed that you can see with Joe Bob Briggs. And
Yes, when they go out looking for meat.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
and they get
he and two women are coming out of a movie theater into a parking area, and the women just get away no problem. And Joe Bob is standing there, and then the other face comes out, but Joe Bob's talking about what it takes to. Because the women are complaining about the special effects of the movie they watched, a horror film. He's like, no. It takes a lot to shove a poker through a woman's, boob or something, or whatever he says.
Wow.
He's specifically talking about the boob of a woman.
Thank God
But-
Joe Bob's there to mansplain.
Yeah. Anyway, but he
Horror
gets it, they
movies.
don't. So yeah, women got away in this one.
all the women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a woman was
That must have
harmed.
been like a choice made by
Yeah.
Tobe
You'd be
Hooper,
like, this
I
is,
think.
Let the men have a go. Yeah.
Give it to him.
and then finally Gunnar Hansen was approached to
Yes, this is not Gunnar.
play Leatherface, and apparently, well, he says it was a money thing. He was offered scale plus 10% for his agent. He said, "I don't have an agent, so give me that money." And they just said, "Well, then we'll give you scale." Someone else said, like, "No, that's not true." So who knows what happened or
Right.
could have happened?
Gunnar, you'll always be my Leatherface.
Yeah, Gunnar's always,
Yeah.
God bless Gunnar. The OG leather.
No offense to this Leatherface. You just not enough. You just
This
not
guy
enough
was
Leatherface.
serviceable. I thought he was perfectly serviceable Leatherface.
He's a serviceable Leatherface.
You know what I mean?
That's-
His name is Bill Johnson.
Yes,
by the
he's
way.
Johnson.
he's like the great value brand. Leatherface.
It's just the dance is.
The
It's gotten
dance.
sexier in the last 14 years, I can tell you that.
But even Stretch, when she finally gets the chainsaw, she
Yeah.
does a super
she does
super serpentine.
Yeah.
Serpentine.
She's got eyes of the bluest skies.
Axel Rose.
Yeah,
moment.
Axl Rose dance.
And this came out way before Sweet Child of Mine, by the way.
So where'd you get it, Axel?
Oh, Axel.
I think somebody should sue him.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Caroline Williams.
Let's cook with Cult.
All right, Cooking with Cult Show coming at you next. Hello.
Hello.
Just kidding.
Audio?
Do we have sound?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay, welcome to a little segment we like to call Cooking with Colt. This is the inaugural episode where we're going to make our own Sawyer family chili a la the Colt Show family.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because that's how we roll.
yeah. Not a good color on you.
No.
Why did he say that like that?
I don't know.
And why do I feel really funny right now?
Uncomfortable. Let's
Sorry.
We're like really crammed in here. Okay, let's start to put in our ingredients to make a Cult Show family chili.
Okay.
Yeah. Who wants to go first? You want to go just go down the line? You got an ingredient ready?
Sure.
Sure.
All
Why
right,
don't you
Caleb.
pop it in there?
You know, I'm going to do it like Mama always did. So I am using Trader Joe's wild-caught, unsalted sardines.
Oh, just
sardines
like Mom
and
did.
chili?
Oh, you just throw that in there
Clink.
like that. It's
We're
in,
not going to unpackage them?
No, it's in spring water.
Because that smell will never leave.
No. So, being a horror lover and a lit witch, a book lover, I'm going to be putting in a classic, Dracula. This is one of my favorite editions of Dracula.
Oh, wow.
It's really beautiful. It's Bram Stoker. Absolute classic. If you haven't read it, this is the time of year to do it. But you could also just put it in your chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like classes up the chili, I think. A little
Well, yeah, no, it does. It brings a certain umami flavor.
bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Adds a little iron.
What you got?
So I actually got some real chili spices that I put together.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So there's some cumin.
It's a blend.
And some pepper and some red pepper flakes.
Oh, it's
and
potent.
some. Yeah, you can smell it.
Oh, I don't. I'm
smell
gonna
it.
start coughing.
So I won't open it up now because, of course, there's a Dracula book in there.
Yeah.
This is the chili. This is secrets in the spices.
So you gotta put that in there. All right, I'm just gonna
Stir
start
that.
to
Yeah, stir that on up in there.
because we are gonna want that
But
to.
get it all over the Dracula book. There you go.
Oh, that sardine's trying to escape. Get back in
I'm
there.
also going to throw in
No. Ew.
very nice
No.
sort of moldy apple.
Yeah, that's definitely a moldy apple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Hold
crime
it
against
closer so you can-
apples.
there you go.
Oh, that's so sad. I love apples.
This is going to be some good chili.
Well, you know, it's that time of year.
The plastic that we're putting in the chili is going to be super good for our.
Oh, yeah, you
digestive
need
tracts.
at least 2 Ziploc bags
Yeah.
full of plastic.
It's good for you.
So next is, because I want you to be able to share this with your pets. This one's going to be specifically for cats. And this does have catnip in it, which is edible. And it's a little faux carrot. So that's like putting a little vegetable in there. So throw that guy right in there.
A cat treat?
Yeah.
You know, vegetables are very important in
Don't you
chili.
want your cats to be able to eat that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
So do you want your cat to get high up on that?
So when I was out looking, I got lucky and I found one on the side of the road,
Oh,
an
okay.
ingredient. So I thought I would go ahead and bring that up.
Oh,
So
it's so rad.
like I found this roadkill on the side of the road.
It's so cute.
So
Look at how freaking precious it is.
yeah, so this rat gave us
That's
life.
fresh. Is it fresh?
It's probably a day or two.
It's kind of like the barefoot Contessa. If you can't get fresh, store-bought's fine.
This is a Trader Joe's rat. So
Yeah, no, it looks like a Trader Joe's rat.
Wants to know if you should stir it with a hand or with a foot.
Use whatever you have at home.
That's very important.
If you don't
Yeah.
have fresh store-bought, is fine.
Yeah, absolutely. We're using a hand because I like the way the fingers
yeah,
really separate.
we
the
recommend if you don't
ingredients.
have one already, maybe check with a neighbor. Sometimes they have, or just take one of
Just take
take
it.
one of their hands.
Take it.
Don't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
take
take.
it. Take from the neighbor.
All right.
Yeah.
So next,
Yes.
I've got. Do you guys remember when we reviewed the movie Fortress?
I sure do.
Yes.
Love
Do you,
that
do,
movie.
do you remember what we ate afterwards?
No! No!
Oh,
Ah!
Vegemite.
So we're just gonna throw this whole plastic container of
Yeah.
mostly full Vegemite in here.
Mostly full.
You know, I've
Carefully
never,
used,
I've
one careful-
never
one-
put
one-
Vegemite in my chili before.
Well, you're gonna learn today.
This is gonna be. We'll see what happens.
Throw
Eat
that
your
in there.
heart out Today show. We're putting Vegemite in our chili.
And for my last ingredient,
Yes.
I am totally that girl. Totally that basic bitch. I gotta have my pumpkin spice candle
Oh yeah.
in the chili. Here, get a little smell of that.
Ooh, that's wonderful.
Putting a little PSL in there.
Yep. You put it right in there.
Wow.
That actually smells really good.
Yeah.
It smells
Pumpkin
delicious.
spice in your chili.
Yeah, you
All
know,
right.
making
I don't know
it
how that's going to
autumnal.
affect the taste, but
Oh, it should be fine.
we'll see.
My final ingredient is going to be the pièce de résistance.
No, no.
You got to go with what you hate.
We already have Vegemite though.
Vegemite, no. So
Vegemite is delicious. That's why I'm putting it in
Yes,
there.
thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
the spice, the ingredient that sets off your chilies that will have all of France talking is Crocs. You gotta put Crocs in your chili.
And you got little baby Crocs.
I want the big ones. I'm not gonna pay that much money for Crocs. So.
And these are like a knockoff Croc too. This is
They're
called,
Crocs, damn it!
This is Lovely Baby. Lovely Baby is now Lovely Chili.
Enjoy
Okay.
your Crocs.
Okay, so I'm gonna stir this.
Stir that up.
Hey, you know what, guys? I know we're only supposed to bring 3.
Yeah.
You overachieved?
I brought a 4th.
Oh.
What did you bring? Oh.
I brought some bacon and cheese flavored crickets.
That sounds great.
So we'll just throw
Perfect.
that in there too.
All right, well.
Well, and because this is show business, clearly, we have a little movie magic for you.
Maybe you top the chili off with the crickets, like on top as a garnish.
Maybe.
Ooh, the baby foot's really good.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, look, see, here's with our movie magic.
this,
The chili is done.
Done.
Okay, everybody.
The chili is looking very crocky with a little bit of
Oh, yeah.
cricket.
I see the rat in there.
Wait, yeah. Oh, there's pumpkin spice.
Oh, cricket. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got a little bit of the catnip in there.
All right, we're gonna give this a quick try. We don't know how this is.
I want to get a little bit of everything.
This is gonna be.
It definitely
You know, the crock just.
really ties it together. You know what else is good? That that Bram Stoker book I
That Dracula.
added.
I tasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you taste the Dracula?
You know, I got a little hint of Van Helsing in there.
I was gonna say you have Van Helsing in,
I
your,
do,
in your
yes.
bowl, and
Yep.
let me try. Let me
Try a
try
little
some
my
of
Van
your-
There's a little
Helsing.
Mia in there too, though.
There's some Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But you know, the rat. Oh, that rat meat
You
is
can't
delicious.
get rat like that any time of year except for this time of
like-
year. It's magical.
It's tender.
Tender.
It's marinated.
Slightly
like-
decayed. Yep.
Like that rancid, like.
Yeah, there you go.
It's got that touch of ozone that I really like.
It's peppery. That's what it
It's
is.
good, but it works.
Very good.
It really works.
Excellent. So
Okay,
please,
everybody.
you will find this recipe nowhere, so don't worry about
And
it.
don't try this at home. We are trained professionals.
That's right.
We had 5 years on the knife before they let us touch the stove.
Please do not cook Crocs or Dracula with pumpkin spice
Or a rat.
in a pot.
No animals were harmed in the making
Maybe
of
a
this.
rat if it's fresh.
Or the
Yes.
or the crickets. I don't know. Don't do the crickets.
All right.
All right, everybody. Well, that was fun. If you're gonna join us, you might see a hot take.
Yes, there might be a hot take coming at you. Absolutely. Later on.
Yep.
2 weeks from now.
We are having a very, very awesome crossover episode with Genre Junkies, celebrating our Lord and Savior, Stephen King. We are going to be reading a Stephen King book each and watching a Stephen King book adaptation.
Wait,
Whoa, what?
Neil's reading.
Neil's gonna read a book.
He's gonna read a book.
Did I agree to this?
You did?
Neil's reading a book.
Was I doing during my sleep? Was I sleep texting you guys?
Yeah, you're like, this is a good idea.
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, everybody.
Awesome.
Till next time.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We love you.
Buddy.
Goodbye to all.